Hey, and happy day. It's me, Jen Lee, owner, creator, and healer at High Vibes on High Times. I wanted to do an introduction video. I guess that is something I probably should have started 2 years ago when I first started this business while I was working out of my house. And now that I'm a year into my storefront, I'm like, maybe people just don't get what High Vibes on High Times is, and I should talk about myself a little bit and how I got here. So I want to start with I am 31 years old and I have my degree in social work. I have a son who is 10 years old and an amazing partner who has picked up all of the slack around our house just so I could open my store and use all of my savings and then some to get this place open and running. And now we're still a year in, now that we're a year in, he's still holding down the fort there, and I am still waiting for things to pick up over here. So, yeah, it's been over a year that I have left my 9 to 5 grind and now find myself doing tarot readings and selling local art and making art and selling art and all the things. It has just been a phenomenal year. I would have never guessed how far tarot has brought me in the past year. Yes, I've only been doing tarot since July 24th of 2021, so it's only been a little over a year now, and I just got back from Kentucky. We got to take a family vacation to visit one of my clients, and we stayed on his property in a cabin, and it was all for free. It was a great experience, and I am so grateful to have met these wonderful people that I do readings for, and I just an overwhelming experience. And so basically it was just the gas money, right? That's all I had to put down, and I even made that back because I had 6 clients while I was there. So yeah. So I even got to meet more people in Kentucky and have some more business while I was out of town. It was great. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better experience. So it's amazing what 1 year in tarot has done. So when you truly are like living in your purpose and following following your path, how the universe just kind of provides for you. And it's beautiful. So what else? Going back to me. Okay, so I have 2 dogs. They are pitties, and they're like a year and a half. 2 cats that are probably 6 now. And then Miguel had a cat. Miguel had a cat when we met, so now we've got another cat. So that's 3 cats, 2 dogs. His daughter has turtles. So we've got quite a bit of animals in the house too. I danced for almost 18 years at like a studio, tap jazz, ballet, lyrical hip hop, contemporary. I've taken a couple salsa classes. I did dance team at high school. I did cheerleading for 4 years, grade school, junior high, and then I actually got to coach cheerleading for little kids. And I did that for about 10 years. And then I spent the last 2 years of that being the cheer director there, and that was a great experience. I miss coaching a lot, but my son wasn't interested in playing football, so I was missing out on time with him and his soccer stuff. So I was married for 6 years, together for 7 with him, and we divorced. We have a lovely son together. And like I said, my degree is in social work, so I've kind of always been interested in helping people and guiding people, and I've always had a really good intuition and being on the spot with what they needed as far as services or just therapy and talking with them and counseling. But I guess that really just is because I spend a lot of my time meditating in general and focusing on listening clearly, listening to the messages that I'm receiving. So everything has just kind of come to this point where I see everything in a scientific way as far as the research and like the book knowledge and the therapy knowledge that I have received from like my social work degree, but I also can relate it to like the spiritual side and what spirit is saying to us and what our guides want us to know. So my clients really benefit from all of that, as well as my Reiki practice. I do daily for myself, but I am getting more comfortable working with Reiki and clients, and that really has opened me up immensely as far as being able to receive the messages and know that I'm not just making that up in my head, like they're coming from a source. And I feel as though I'm like really ready for whatever the universe has to throw at me next. And I'm ready to tell people about everything that I've experienced and what I've been through, and I'm ready to help people understand themselves better. The reason that I started High Vibes on High Times, originally the message was coming from my podcast, and I wanted people to grasp how they can start helping themselves, because people are always interested in like helping somebody else, but they don't really see how it relates to themselves. And it's important to always start with our own interactions before we go and tell people how they should help themselves and tell other people. It's really important to me that we recognize our interactions with ourselves first. So what that means is how my self-talk affects myself and how your self-talk affects yourself. That's really important to me. I think that we have to learn our own triggers, know what kind of boundaries we have to set with other people, what kind of boundaries we have to set with ourselves and how we talk to ourselves. I mean, we can't go out there helping other people if we are a hot, chaotic mess inside of ourselves. So I just really think it's important to have a daily self-practice where we are meditating, where we're listening to our own thoughts, where we're calming down, where we're finding our peace. It's a daily thing. And if people aren't at least doing it once a day, like to start their day, I really hope they're doing it at the end of the day. It's very, very, very important. So High Vibes on High Times is dedicated to raising the vibration in our community, and that starts with interactions with ourselves. So hopefully you will be hearing that in my messages soon. So right now we've got Podbean for our podcast, and we are doing Redbubble for merch, and there is a storefront in Kankakee, Illinois, where we house some local art. Also, as a part of healing ourselves, we do a lot of art and art workshops, and I like to push a message of art is healing. and a little bit of metaphysical flair on their art is magic. So I want people to realize that their creativity is what is going to truly heal them and some of the trauma that they're facing or have yet to uncover. So I know another section of the podcast that I will be working with shortly is about trauma and recognizing our triggers and appropriately responding and learning about ourselves that way as well. So I've got some info already on journaling and our five senses and getting some grounding, engaging what we like in our five senses. And I also have some guided meditations already, and soon I will be adding content on trauma. And I have done extensive research, but also I have talked to guides, many guides, many of my clients, all about their trauma and how their guides want them to work through it. And I think both sides of the coin there are going to be insightful. So I plan on also doing some daily card pulls and explaining a little bit about tarot and oracle, and hopefully you guys will start learning how to use your intuition better. I love my intuition tests that I post too. Those are always the best. So I'm excited for what's to come. And I know I have much bigger plans than where I'm at right now. And I can't believe how far I've come in a year from just having my store open, and 2 years now for the podcast. So thank you guys so much. And I hope you enjoy it.